Verdict watch continues in the Karen Reed retrial. Today, the jury asked 4 questions, including one the judge says she cannot answer. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kayla Fish.
And I'm Kim Calooney, and the defense claims the court is going to experience deja vu. Our Sheena Losciuto is live again for us in Dedham with everything that unfolded today. Sheena?
Well, no verdict today. Court just officially ended, and we just watched as Karen Reed and her team left the courthouse. Now, although there was no verdict, it was still a pretty eventful day today with those questions and even a change to the verdict slip. Another day of deliberations in the Karen Reed retrial. Reed is accused of hitting boyfriend John O'Keefe with her car and leaving him to die, but her lawyers say she's the victim of a cover-up. Today, the jury submitted 4 questions, including, if we find not guilty on 2 charges but can't agree on 1 charge, is it a hung jury on all 3 charges? For this question, the judge did not call the jury back in person to answer. Instead, she sent a note back saying this is a theoretical question, one she can't answer by law.
We're going to end up in the exact same position that we were in last year.
There are other steps that can be taken to perhaps prevent that.
The bombshell question, reminding followers of Reed's first trial, which ended in a hung jury, was the last of the day. Before noontime, the jury sent in 3 more, which they received answers to.
What is the time frame for the OUI charge? Offense 002, Section 5, OUI at 12:45 or OUI at 5 a.m.? The second, are video clips of Karen's interviews evidence? How can we consider them? And the third, does convicting guilty on a subcharge, example offense 2 number 5, convict the overall charge?
The judge told the jury it's up to them to decide the time frame. And yes, the video clips are evidence. That was a key difference in the second trial. Several TV interviews by the defendant were played out. And finally, the judge moved forward with amending the verdict slip in hopes to make it easier for the jury to understand going through it when they return in the courtroom in person.
The verdict slip, it's the exact same verdict slip, and it's still consistent with the jury instructions I gave you, but it's a little bit easier for you to follow. And for purposes of going through this, we'll go through it together, and I've got a copy for each one of you, okay?
And we also want to point out, we've been here over and over again, and typically at the end of the day, Karen Reed and her team give some type of statement. We're not seeing that as the jury continues deliberating. They're just walking to their cars with the cameras all following them. Although we also want to point out that after the jury submitted those 3 questions and the judge read them out loud today, you could visibly see that Karen Reed and her family seem to be relieved.
And Sheena, the last time the jury came back after about 5 full days of deliberations before ultimately ending in a deadlock, this is an unusual situation where we have another trial to compare things with.
And you're hearing a lot of that outside of the courthouse here as well, with all of her supporters here talking with each other. They're all comparing these questions to the last trial as well. Everyone does plan to be here again tomorrow, ultimately hoping to see a conclusion.
All right, our Sheena Losciuto live for us in Dedham, where the waiting game continues. Sheena, thank you.